Hello, and welcome back to Space Engineers. Oh yeah, we're building. What parts are we short on? Let's see where we're at. And these gigantic thrusters of doom. Metal grids. We just need a ton of metal grids. And we are missing cobalt. What is our refinery producing? Our refinery is producing uranium. Let's get some cobalt going. Okay, let's run up here and let's see what we are producing, what we're missing for the tanks. Large steel tubes, small steel tubes, and computers. Okay. The thought that just went through my head will have to wait. Why am I only grabbing down here? Alright, so I'm out of large steel tubes. We'll have to get more of those built. Alright. 3 main thrusters. so now what we need to do is build a functional platform around this. So we have a couple options for where we put the smaller secondary thrusters. I'm thinking a couple on each side, nothing more. It's primarily going to be a forward-backward kind of moving ship. And I think what I will do is put in another layer of hydrogen tanks, then a middle section with all the components, another layer of hydrogen tanks, and then the forward stopping thrusters. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. At least for this. I may change it later. Right now, let's get some steel plate. I'm going to need a lot more computers. That may be overkill. So I have two choices. I can build the walkway above or below where I'm going to put my thrusters. If I build it below, then I have to build it out far enough that I can get around the thrusters. Or what I could do build the walkway onto the thrusters. Like so. Now I can just walk across and I can make repairs, I can build up. And then what I can do eventually this will get changed to a corner block, so I can just walk around. Oh, no, wrong block. Obviously I'm going to need more thrust on this side and the other one, but it at least gives me a start point. And as I said, my primary thrust is really going to be forward and backward. Okay, so I'm going to need a bunch of construction components, a bunch more metal grids, more steel tubes, and more construction components on top of those. Okay. I have 8, so I'm going to need about 800 construction components, 64 large steel tubes, if I remember the numbers right. And then I'm going to need more metal grids than I have. And maybe more than I actually am able to produce at this point. I will run out of raw resources at some point during this process. And I will have to go mining again. Alright, drop those. Drop those. I might actually have enough. uh, 70 short, but that's okay. We can grab those. Alright. This will be a corner block. So here's what I'm thinking. We're going to take all of the components off of this and put it onto that ship to get me out of here. It's just the simple way. And it's the only thing that actually makes any sense. I'm going to need lots of power. I'm going to need lots of batteries, lots of solar panels, lots of everything. Now, ideally, I would want access to this. To get access to that, I can. Good. That will be our next layer of hydrogen tanks, and what I'll do is I'll wrap this pathway around in a spiral up to the next area. And since I'm not actually going to be using more thrusters, I don't have to have a walkway all the way around. Instead, I can just go straight up to the next section where I will have all of my production laid out. I will eventually need to put some sort of landing gear on the bottom of this thing, so that when I disconnect it, it doesn't just fall over and break and shatter into 1,000 pieces, destroying any hope of getting off of this ball of rock. Why did I come down here? I don't actually plan on building the hydrogen tanks immediately. I just need them as a shell. So that I have a rough outline of where my next bits are going to be. Yeah, I know I can do this faster with hydrogen. And in a moment, I'm going to have to turn right now. I need to turn right now. Okay. Okay, then we can stop there for the moment on the platform. I'm not sure if I'm going to need to go up higher. Probably. What I'll probably do is put down a floor. Actually, what I should do is make sure I give myself access oh crap. I was not thinking that through. Okay, so the idea is, if I need to make repairs to the hydrogen tanks, I need a place to actually access them. So now I've got a place to access these hydrogen tanks. And then I can go up one more. And now we have the platform that we can start transferring, the beginning of a platform that we can start transferring all of that stuff to. It will need to be slightly bigger, but we can make that happen. I'm out of iron. Alright, well, that will be our next project then, is going and getting a ton more iron. Got a nice repair pathway that we can follow so we can get to all of the components down below. We'll get this platform welded together real quick. You know what I should do? I should look at what it will take to build the advanced welders and grinders and mining tools. Because that will make this job a ton faster. And I think I can get to the level 3s. And if I can do that, that will save a bunch of time. You guys won't have to spend as long watching me do nothing. I still think the most interesting part of this is the actual design. Figuring out how I'm going to make all of it fit into a relatively small space that will be able to get out to space and keep me alive once I'm there. And yeah, I'm going to have to put another layer all the way around. I'll have to leave enough of a gap here that I can get up, but then I'll have a door here leading in. And if I go, yep, good enough. So I can go from here out. And and then I can add another layer all the way around. All right. But before we leave, let's see what we need to get. Because this requires platinum, which I can't get. This requires silver. Let's disassemble. And I've got 2 rifles I can get rid of and 1 more set of tools. Alright, that is great. Now let's grab those into the inventory. And now we have to replace these on the hotbar because it doesn't just recognize whichever tool you happen to have. So now, for a quick demonstration, let's run up here. See how much faster that is? That's awesome. Alright. Next time we will go mining for iron, because we are desperately short of it. And we will finish building up this platform that we will move all of the hardware onto. And we will probably start disassembling this base. May start with the solar panels, moving them down to the gaps here between the thrusters, because they are only 2 large blocks wide, so I could fit them between the thrusters, or I could put them on the edge there, or I could aim them up. I don't know. The thing with solar panels is that they have to aim towards the sun to get the most effect, so you're not always going to be flying towards the sun. You need solar panels in almost every direction. It almost makes more sense to just coat the outside of your ship with them, or ignore them altogether and grab massive nuclear reactors. However, the nuclear reactors require you to then have uranium, and uranium is a finite resource. Yeah, it goes back and forth. I probably will have an array of solar panels and an array of batteries, so that the ship is self-sufficient even without uranium. But that's for next time. Until then, good luck with your own survival and happy gaming.